Please rise to the Pledge of Allegiance in American Sign Language in honor of ASL Day, April 15th, and as always, a moment of silence.
Hey Bulldogs, I'm Jason Chadwell.
And I'm Carrington Andrade, and this is Code Blue. Unfortunately, this past week, our biggest supporter and former Bulldog, Mr. Buckley, passed away. His family is very thankful for the support we all provided over this last week. Now let's find out what you didn't know with Chuck.
Did you know the song you just heard is called Taps, and by 1891, the Army infantry required it to be played at military funeral ceremonies. Also, did you know that Mr. Buckley served in the Army by enlisting to serve during Vietnam? The man volunteered for everything.
Thank you, Chuck.
Now let's send it to Andrew, who has more on the story.
In sports, we tend to always focus on who won, but to Mr. Buckley, it didn't matter if you won or lost. It's how you played the game. And he played the game of life to the fullest. Mr. William Buckley was born in Brockton on September 10, 1947. He attended Holbrook Public Schools, went on to his formal education at Holy Cross, enlisted in the Vietnam War, went on to finish his medical schooling, and had a long, successful medical career. Upon retirement, he returned to the Holbrook community that meant so much to him, spending countless hours with students, always trying to bring the best out of everybody.
Throughout that season, the first day of practice, I didn't have a ride to school, so I ended up walking from Brockton to Holbrook my freshman year. Going on to that, I told Mr. Buckley was a person that he just always asked, so I always said hello, stuff like that. He asked about what my transportation, because he always seen me being late, kind of late, getting picked up from practice and stuff like that. And I told him about the situation of me walking to school. And then from there on, he picked me up from school from freshman year and dropped me off home every day. There was never a day that he missed. There was never a day that he came late. One extreme favorable moment was when he gave me the trophy for all-time leading scorer. It was really because he saw the process with me just getting into the school. He was there when he dropped me off to the gyms to develop my jump shot. He was there when I was there since 7 o'clock in the morning to the gym till 9 o'clock at night. He was there looking over film with me. He was there cutting out the little printouts that I got from the newspaper. So from that moment to see me from 9th grade year with 0 points in my career to all the way from now being an all-time leading scorer was such a memorable moment because he was there from the beginning.
He always made sure I had everything I needed. He always kept my stats in order for me, always told me what was happening against an opponent team, made sure I was prepared for the next game.
He showed me everything basically for being a respectful person, helpful, honest.
He gave whatever time, treasure, and talent he had to offer to everybody he met.
Just the fact by what he does for the kids. And that's what we try to do, as coaches, and make them understand, it's not all about yourself. Try to do something for others. And just by, he bought the uniforms that the kids have now, baseballs for me. We had a pitching machine and we didn't have power. We needed a generator. He went out and bought a generator. Just the fact that he gives up, so much for very unselfish. And that's what you try to get across to the kids, As a team, as a coach, you want to be unselfish, and he just epitomizes what we try to do.
Mr. Buckley really became my #1 fan. He supported everything I did. But then at school, his impact on the kids and the example he set for them really set an example for the adults as well, the teachers, coaches, administrators, advisors. As much as the kids looked up to him, The teachers, we all called him Mr. Buckley, and we really looked up to him as an example as well.
Mr. Buckley was a father in my life. He showed me stuff that I wouldn't be able to get from my mother, the kindness, the father figure, the being polite, how to present myself respectfully, even if somebody disagrees, how to disagree respectfully also as well. So these are lessons that only a father really could teach, and then he taught me that throughout, especially my high school life, that I could carry on even outside.
In my personal experience, Mr. Buckley was always ready to provide some constructive criticisms. In particular, he was very vocal about my hot take of a Holbrook quarterback change mid-season.
Mr. Buckley, even though he was really interested in softball, in baseball and basketball, he loved like all the sports. And it wasn't just the sport itself, it was the kids who were playing. So he had like an interest in all the students at Holbrook. It didn't matter like what they were doing. He wanted to see us all succeed.
He just always put others before himself. He never asked anything of us. He would just always make sure we were prepared for whatever we needed and would be at every game. And he cared about like not just solely like athletics here, but he also cared about like the music program, the theater program, and like everything about Holbrook High.
If anybody could like pass on a lesson that you could learn from Mr. Buckley was just being kind and not expecting anything from anybody if you're not gonna do it yourself. And that's one of the biggest lessons I learned from me was I can't ask nobody to do something, especially being a leader, if I can't do it myself. And he was a big part of that. He was cleaning up the fields. He was helping people mentally and physically. And he wasn't expecting nothing in return. He had no breaks. So I'll say being kind at all times, even if you disagree with somebody. There's always a way to respectfully disagree with somebody. He had a good habit of doing that respectfully without hurting somebody's feelings and without bringing somebody down.
Mr. Buckley left an everlasting impact on Holbrook, HCAM, students, and sports.
Giving back does feel good. As you go forward from today, work hard at what you do. People will notice the effort level you bring to the tasks you do. Continue being courteous and respectful to all.
Thank you, Andrew. Much like Mr. Monteith, Mr. Buckley's legacy will live on for a long time here in our hallways.
Middle school students, please check your email for an announcement by Ms. Golden about a middle school book club. Please sign up in person or via email by today if interested.
Pennies for Patients update. The National Junior Onyx Society is excited to announce that they exceeded their school-wide goal of raising over $1,500 for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society.
A special thank you goes out to our top fundraising middle school class, Ms. Ackerman's class, period 3. And our top fundraising high school class, Ms. Selby's period 2 class. Our top individual fundraiser was 7th grader Libby Ferry. Congratulations to all.
April is Autism Awareness Month. Let's take a look at the misconceptions of autism with Vin Nguyen, George Starr, and Aiden Kelly.
The month of April is Autism Awareness Month, and we as a society have made leaps and bounds in the last few decades in not only understanding autism, but also being more tolerant and patient to people with autism. This past Wednesday, Code Blue correspondent George Starr and editor of Code Blue, Vin Nguyen, went to ask you what your perception of autism is.
I'm not really sure how to define it, honestly.
Well, it's a mental disability that some people are born with. Something someone's born with, like a condition.
I think it's something that you're like born with that stops you from doing like everyday things.
It is like a disease. I know it's when you get extra chromosomes or you're missing a chromosome, something like that, right?
I think it's a disability that a lot of kids get when they're born, and yeah, that's all I know about it.
There are a lot of misconceptions about autism, and Mrs. Monroe is here to clear them up for you.
My name's Miss Monroe, and I am a school adjustment counselor. I find that people who have autism are often very highly functioning and go throughout the school day, and people might not even know that they have that diagnosis. Sometimes it can be difficult for people with autism to be in social situations with a lot of people or a lot of noises. There's a lot of chaos that can also be pretty stressful. It seems to be increasing. However, we are getting better at diagnosing autism, so that's another piece of the puzzle, is that there were probably many people who were not diagnosed in the past who would now be diagnosed. Because it is such a spectrum, some people with autism can present as people with rigid thinking and really like to stick to certain routines. Sometimes people with autism have a hard time reading other people's facial expressions or tone and understanding certain social skills and conversational skills. I feel like there are many people with autism who have many talents and sometimes extraordinary talent.
Autism affects the lives of more than 70 million people worldwide. That's just 1% of the world's population. We hope that we have answered some of your questions about what is and isn't autism. For more information, go to autismspeaks.org. And thank you for watching.
Thank you, Vin, George, and Aiden for a great piece in spreading awareness about autism.
Today is the Day of Silence. It's a national youth movement highlighting the silencing of LGBTQ people in schools.
Nearly 4 in 5 LGBTQ students don't see positive representation in their curriculum. Nearly 9 in 10 experience verbal harassment, and almost a third miss school from feeling unsafe or uncomfortable.
But together we can break the silence of our school more inclusive for all. Think about the voices you're not hearing today.
Yesterday, the 6th grader finished up some MCAS. Let's take a look on how they felt with our man Rasai.
All right, everyone. This is my segment, and today I will be talking to the 6th graders about the ELA MCAS and how they felt about it. All right, everyone. So I'm here with
Shaka, Taina, Jemiah.
All right, so how was MCAS today?
Good. Horrible.
Why?
Because it was easy and short. Well, because it was horrible and I don't like MCAS and I don't.
So how was MCAS today?
Good. It was easy.
How easy?
Very easy.
You sure about that?
Yes.
All right, thank you. So how was MCAS?
That was a breeze, to be honest. It was pretty good. Easy.
All right, why?
I feel like the whole first page out when I was writing. That's it.
It was just multiple questions, and there were just a couple of essays, but it was all right.
It was basically find evidence from text, which is actually not that hard. It's not that bad.
So how was MCAS today?
It was good, easy, 17 questions. Last year was 36. I liked it.
But now it's on a laptop. Like it now?
No, because it doesn't have autocorrect. I like writing better.
All right, everyone. See y'all next week. Stay tuned. Peace.
Thank you, Rasai.
This year, Civics Club is working on a civics project titled Kid Candidate. Part of this project includes creating seats on the school council for a 6th grade representative and a 7th grade representative. Information will be sent to each student in those grades.
The election will take place the first week in May. The 8th grade Kid Candidate will be an honorary member of the Board of Selectmen.
Now let's see if Mark can do a better job at good feats than justice.
My name is Marken. I'm here with
Armani.
This is my new segment called Good Feats. So Armani, what are you wearing today?
Cap and gown 11s.
Why was this your shoe choice for today?
It look good with the fit, I guess.
What's your favorite shoe brand?
Jordan.
Jordan. My name is Marken. I'm here with
Vernon.
This is my new segment, Good Feats. What shoes you wearing today?
The Jordan Retro 3s.
Why was this the choice for today?
I don't know, just look good.
Just look good?
Yeah.
Looks good with the outfit. What's up, YouTube? I'm back here with my new segment, Good Feast. I'm Marken. I'm here with
Mike.
Mike, can you tell me what a hype beast is?
A hype beast is usually somebody that sees what's popping right now and they automatically buy it because, they see that everybody else is rocking it.
My name is Marken. It's my new segment, Good Feast. I'm here with
Ruby Ambrose.
Can you tell me what a hype beast is?
A guy who's a beast and is hype. And he's like, oh my God. If the guy would be like, yo!
What's a hype beast?
Wannabes.
Somebody who spends their money on expensive things just because they like the taste of it all.
Somebody who buys shoes without knowing the name of it. Like, somebody buys a pair of Concord 11s, I want the black and white one.
What's your favorite shoe brand?
I don't even know what shoe brand I'm wearing, man.
Yeah, I like Nike. I like Jordans too, but more Nike, because you know what I'm saying? Those, looking clean.
Attaboy, Marken. Good segment, good segment. You did awesome. Oh, I gotta take this.
Jason, where are you going?
Be right back.
You're in the middle of a show.
Be right back. I'm so
You have the
sorry.
next line. What are you doing?
I'm so sorry. I gotta.
Where are you going?
Right now.
Oh my God.
Hello?
Jason. Oh my God. Senior week is just over a month away. You must have your dues paid in order to attend any activities. Our first official Senior Week event is a trip to Six Flags on Tuesday, May 28th. Mark your calendars. Yes, you heard it here. Prom tickets are now on sale. Tickets must be purchased before April 26th. See Ms. Gallagher to get yours. Also, don't forget, class dues must be paid in order for you to be able to purchase prom tickets and attend Senior Week. Speaking of prom, Riley, do you know who you're going to prom with?
Jason, what are you doing interrupting my women in leadership meeting?
I have important news that cannot wait.
Oh my God!
Let it go, green, let it go. Let it go, green. Enter the box. Back to you guys in the studio.
Oh my God!
That's it for us today in the studio. I'm Carrington Andrade, and this is Code Blue. Have a great vacation.